Hello everyone, Alex here with Howling Hoosier Outdoors, and currently on a little bit of a business trip, hence the hotel and not outdoorsy stuff. But when I was out grabbing a food and drinks and whatnot for my stay here, I found this thing. This is a 21-piece camping survival kit by Ozark Trail. It was around 30 bucks over at Wally World, and just kind of saw it. It looked interesting, and you guys, if you've seen any of my videos, you know that I'm a big fan of like survival kits and things like that, and like taking them apart and just kind of seeing all the cool stuff that people think are important. So I figured before y'all go out spend your money on this thing, I'd go get one and break apart. So let's get right into it. All right, so the first thing that we're looking at on this thing is the canvas pouch that it comes in. It's some type of canvas polyester thing, really generic. It's got a couple snaps on it, so it's mold compatible. Has a quick breakaway. I didn't set it up, but it has a quick breakaway on it, so that way you can just kind of rip it off the backpack and go. I've had a lot of kits like this that have the exact same pouch, so you can kind of guess where it all came from. Next thing they included was this mosquito head net. It's fine woven mesh. It's just a generic little head net that comes with a little stuff sack. There you go. Could come in handy. Could use it as a little fishing net or something like that, a little carry bag if you really needed to, but get creative with your stuff. This guy here is supposedly some type of water bottle carrier. It has a little snap on. You can, break it apart with a little clasp there. Also comes with 4 of these waxed jute fire starters, which I played with these in the past. They're pretty good, pretty effective, but you gotta fray them out really good before they'll catch a spark off of anything. Next, we got a little fancy multi-tool here. It's got a knife on it, screwdriver, corkscrew, looks like a little nail file, a bottle opener, and a can opener. Then it also has a pair of scissors. So, doesn't feel, it feels like it's all metal, probably aluminum scales. Says it's a stainless steel construction, so it's not gonna rust out on you, but this is about as sharp as a butter knife, so if you got the time and the patience to actually put an edge on it, I'm sure it'd be fine for basic stuff. Nothing heavy duty though. Next, we got a generic hank of paracord. This is not 550 cord. They just call it parachute cord, but it is not, it doesn't feel like actual paracord. It feels like that cheap nylon stuff. That feels like it would actually unravel if you look at it the wrong way. But, extra cordage isn't a bad thing to hang on to. Next, we got this survival bracelet. Has an integrated whistle on it, has a compass on it, but the thing is about that compass is that way is not north. So I don't know what's going on with it. Having a big hunk of metal right next to it probably isn't helping. And then also it has an integrated ferro rod in the little clasp here. And so you would use this in order to spark it and strike that. I'm not going to do that because I like this blanket, but that's how you would do that. The issue is that this ferro rod right there feels like it's just epoxied together, and so I am not optimistic that that will hold out for very long. Next, it comes with this this little emergency rescue knife. It's half serrated, half not. This is it's plastic handle with some metal liners in it. It's spring loaded, so you can close it, and then, nice and easy to open, but again, it's not sharp at all. It does have this little rescue seatbelt cutter and then glass breaker. I am not optimistic that it would actually work, but you know what, something is always better than nothing, I hear. Now we have a really cool tactic spork here. I'm actually kind of entertained by this one because it is a spork, and it has this little covering here that you can use as an emergency whistle. I don't know if that's picking up on camera well, but the whistle here acts as a sheath for this fixed blade knife. It also does have a little bit of it's a bottle opener in the spine here, so I'm not optimistic that this would hold out under any type of actual stress, especially with these holes here in the scale. But it is a cool concept, I guess. Next up, we have an actual ferrocerium rod for fire starting. Again, it has the little striker that has a bottle thing and some measuring on it, but the main thing about it is that this is the ferro rod. Again, this is plastic molded and then epoxied in there, so it's going to probably pop out if you put it under a lot of stress or if you use it a few too many times, but it is a actual decent sized, it looks like 5/16 ferro rod, so it'll last a little bit. Next up, it comes with 2 glow sticks. It looks like these things are going to glow either a dull orange or a bright red. And so this is really cool. I like that this is actually included, and it came with some extra string. Still have that weird nylon material that's fraying out. But with the string here, you can actually do with the string here, you can actually do a little buzz saw that, and that can actually be seen from a long distance. And maybe I'll demonstrate that when I'm done at the end of this video. That's a cool idea. I don't typically see glow sticks and stuff like that in there, so that's nice to see. Next, we got this nice little tactical flashlight. I will say that it did not come with batteries. I had to steal some from the remote, but now that it works, it does have a high, a low, and then a strobe. I don't know how much of that actually came out of the camera, but it is a functioning, budget-friendly flashlight. It's got a little zoom there on it, so that way it's adjustable. Next up, there's some small little accoutrements. So you got a little carabiner here that has a lock on it. Nothing special, nothing fancy. I could probably pull this apart if I wanted to, but you know, for hanging gear off of a ridgeline, it's functional. Here we got a solid aluminum little emergency whistle here. So if you're counting, we have the emergency whistle on the spork, the emergency whistle on the spoon, or on the bracelet, and then we also have the emergency whistle on this thing. So nice amount of redundancy there on your signaling devices. Next, I am convinced that there is an unwritten contract out there that every survival kit has to carry one of these credit card survival tools. Here's everything that's incorporated in this thing, but I'm gonna be honest, I have never heard of anybody actually using them for the intended purpose. I have never heard a story of somebody saying, oh man, I would have never made it out of there if I didn't have this credit card survival tool. So, I mean, they're nifty, they're everywhere, but like, come on guys. Next up, you have a pair of scissors. It is just that, it is a pair of scissors. And then there's also one of these wire commando saws. I didn't even bother taking out the plastic. I'm not a fan of these things. They have a tendency to break and bust on you. But again, it's there to use as needed. I actually enjoy the D-rings in here. They're typically quite durable, but you know, it's there. It's included in the kit. I'm sure between that and the saw on the back of the survival tool, you could actually get through something if you were determined. Now for the big old thing that's is kind of like a wow, they put this in there. They put an e-tool in there. This here, it has some saw teeth on there. It has a bottle opener there. The bevel on the spade here is not sharpened. I assume that's just, you know, labor purposes. But they also have a tightening thing here that this will convert into a pick. So if you do need to break through roots, if you do need to get through some heavy stuff, you can, but you can also break this down. It comes apart for storage. And then it has just a little rubber handle. This rubber handle slides off very simply inside the little tube there. You can use that for more storage of like tinder and whatnot. And then on the base of your spade, there is actually a compass. And this one does actually appear to be pointing north. Probably because it's not surrounded by metal unless you put together the shovel. All right, everyone, that's a quick and dirty overview of the Ozark Trail Camping Survival Kit. The big redeeming quality that I'll say about that kit is that it does say it's for a camping survival kit. It seems like whoever put this together, put this concept together, is that it's there for redundancy, or in case of, oh no, I forgot something, because like you're not worrying about shelter because it's for camping. You have a tent, you have your tarp and bivy set, you got your hammock, you got your sleeping bags and your sleeping pads and all that good stuff. So it seems like whoever put this together really meant it more of a accessory or a just in case type thing. It also doesn't include any medical equipment. So like if you have any first aid stuff pop up, make sure you have a separate first aid kit that's really well put together if you are going to be utilizing this thing at all. So that's all I really got for it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, questionable life choices, or epiphanies, please feel free to leave them in the comments section. Thank you all for watching, and stay awesome, folks.
Okay, so to do a buzzsaw signal, you're going to feed your line through that eye of your glow stick. With that, you're going to make sure that you feed enough of your string through. You're going to take your working end. It's going to go around your static line once. It's going to go around your static line twice. And then it's going to go back towards and around your static line the opposite direction. And if you did it right, you should have something that resembles that monkey fist. And when you tighten all of that down, that is going to create a self-tightening knot that will keep your glow stick from flying off when you're swinging it. So now you're going to want to pop your glow stick, shake her up, and get ready to party.